Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Renee. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you being here, and welcome to Get Ready With Me Wednesday. I do this every week with my girl Kat. Thank you so much, Kat, for another week. I highly recommend you guys go check her out. After you're done here, she will be linked down below. Can't wait to see your video, Kat, and see what you're getting into. Today, I'm getting into my March ice cream beauty bag. This is a monthly beauty subscription. You can get a box and a bag, or a box, or the bag. The box is $25 a month, and you get like 5 full-size items, and you're guaranteed a palette in every box. The bag is $12.50 plus shipping, so it's $16.50 a month, and I believe you get 3 or 4 full-size items, and I believe you're also guaranteed a palette in the bag. So if you want to see what goodies we got in here and what we're gonna do to get ready today, then stick around, because I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I'm back. I opened the bag and I've got the items down in front of me. I'm sorry if I'm shaking you. I see it moving, so every time I hit my table, I feel like it's moving it. So if it's moving, I apologize. We've got a little card in here. This is Ice Cream Beauty Bag March. It doesn't have a theme like the box does. And we have 1, 2, 3 items in here for this month. The first thing that we have is Delancey. I think maybe it's Delancey. It came bubble wrapped, so I always save the bubble wrap for when I do giveaways or friend mail. This is the palette right here. Super cute. Avocado green palette, and this is valued at $30. So let me open this up so we can take a gander at what it looks like. I really love Ice Cream Beauty. I really do. I'm having a hard time getting it out of the sleeve. All right, we got it out of the sleeve, and the palette looks the same. Super cute. Open it up, and this is what the palette looks like. Ooh, she's pretty. She's pretty. It's got the little seal on it. Let me take that off so that you can really get a look at it without the glare on it. Those are beautiful colors and perfect considering today is Wednesday the 15th, so Friday is St. Patrick's Day, although you're not going to see this till next week. But this will be good for a St. Patrick's Day look. Did any of you guys celebrate? I don't really celebrate because I'm not really all about the, what is that stuff they make? I don't know. It just doesn't sound very good to me. The cabbage. I'm not all about that life. All right, next we have the Collab Cosmetics Liquid Eyeliner in Coffee for $9. I had it upside down. I'm not big on liquid liner because I'm just, if I practice at it, I could probably get better at it, but I'm just not really good at using liquid liner. It's really pretty packaging. That's the box, and then this is what the component looks like. And Collab has some really good products. Let's open it up and see the tip. Ooh, maybe I'll use it today. And it says it's coffee, so it must be, yeah, it's a brown. It's nice that we get a brown instead of a black. So maybe we'll use this today. I can give it a try, right? And then the last thing that we have is Collab Cosmetics Glowing Face Palette, and this is $15. So the total bag is worth, what, that's $54 for $16.50. That's not bad. All right, let's open this up. The inner carton looks the same, and then that's what it looks like inside. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. So we'll have to give this a whirl today as well. All right, so I did already do my skincare this morning. I did use a little bit of my, it's not Item Beauty, it's a primer spray or setting spray that I got in one of my Ice Cream Beauty boxes, but I didn't like the sprayer on it, so I put it in here. So this is an item, but I did spray a little bit of that on my face. Today I'm going to use my Burt's Bees Beeswax Lip Balm. Oh, that's the vitamin E and peppermint. Did I use this one? No, I haven't used this one yet. So we're going to hydrate the lips, you guys. That's nice. All right, so what do I want to get into first? Let's brush up my brows real quick. I'm going to pick up my sister in about, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock. So in an hour and a half, I got to leave to go pick up my sister from work because we are driving up to Bellingham to go to a place called Cryo Rolls. I believe I talked about this in my last Get Ready With Me Wednesday that you guys will see. I'm going to use, let me see, which primer do I want to use? I'm going to use my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, Prime on the Go. I got this in a Bizy Beauty Customs. But I was scrolling TikTok one night and there was a live. And I just started watching it because I thought it was really cool how they were doing what they were doing. So I watched it for a little bit and I was trying to figure out like where this place was that they were doing what they were doing. I had no inkling that it was actually in Washington State. I'm going to put this on and I'm going to let it set while I'm doing my eyes. I'm going to do my eyes first today. Sometimes I like to do my face first and sometimes I like to do my eyes first. It just depends. But anyways, I was watching them make this stuff and trying to figure out where they were, and I was watching through the comments and somebody had said something about Washington, and so I kind of looked a little more into it, and it said they were in Bellingham, Washington. I'm using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm just going to put a little bit underneath my eyes here and on my cheeks and in my smile lines as well. So I Googled, and it's like, I think it said like 2 hours. 2 hours. Is that a pimple? Am I getting a pimple? Oh my gosh. Like 2 hours and 3-minute drive. So I was like, I'll go on my days off because I really want to go check it out. It's like this special way of making ice cream. If you've ever been to, what is it called? Cold Stone Creamery. Like when you go to Cold Stone Creamery, they like mix the ice cream in front of you, and Cryo Rolls is kind of like the same thing, but a little bit different. They actually, at Cold Stone, I think they actually use the already made up ice cream. At Cryo Rolls, they just use the mixture. So they have like the like heavy cream in the mixture, so it's like a liquid, almost like when you're going to make pancakes. You have your mixture and then you pour it on the grill and you cook your pancake, right? So with the Cryo Rolls, well, I don't know why I put the palette back in the sleeve. Jeez, Renee, get it together. But how do I explain it? So they have a TikTok and they have an Instagram. So I started following them on TikTok after finding out that they were here in Washington, and so every night they go live and you can watch them do this, which is super cool. I need to prep my lids. I'm gonna get my e.l.f. cookies and cream, cookies and dreams, no bud shadow stick to prep my lids. But what they do is like, so every week they have like flavor announcements, and they announce the flavors they're gonna have for that week on their TikTok and their Instagram. Flavor reveals, that's what they call them. It's like a flavor reveal. So like the week of Valentine's Day, they had chocolate and strawberry, and then there was a couple other flavors I can't remember. And then like last week they had cotton candy was like their main flavor mixture, but they have like all kinds of other stuff, so you can order it, and then what they'll do is like with the cotton candy one, they pour the mixture on these, I want to say they're like frozen discs, like they're pretty big, and I believe it's probably a freezer underneath of it that makes the plate really cold. And so like with the cotton candy, they poured 2 like big pancake looking things, and then they like dripped in the different colors and some flavoring, and then they let it kind of harden up for like a second or two, and then they start scooping it up with these spatulas, and then they mix it up so that you can see the pink and the blue, and then they flatten it all out. I've got a call, I gotta take this. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was my eye doctor calling because I got a bill in the mail, and I called him and I'm like, why am I getting a bill? Let me go through this real quick. I think I'm going to use this shade right here, this shade right here, and maybe this shade on the lid, and maybe a little bit of the yellow to blend it out. We'll see how it goes. So anyways, I got a bill in the mail for $75 for like glare protection or something like that. And I called them and I was like, I don't understand what this bill is for, because I always pay when I'm in there, or I'll pay half at our doctor's appointment, like after we pick out our glasses, and then I'll pay half when I pick them up. Well, I guess the lady put 0 under the glare protection for my glasses by mistake. And so I called them a couple different times and I was like, how is this my problem? How is this my fault? And I still have to pay it, you know, like I was just irritated. It irritates me because I've had my dentist do that too, where I go in for an appointment and then I'll get a bill and I'm like, hold on a second. I paid while I was there. You know what I mean? Like I always pay when I go because I want it to be done. I don't want to get a bill in the mail for it. So I had to make a $75 payment on the glare protection. So irritated with them right now. But anyways, back to the cryo rolls. So they pour this liquid on these like silver plates that I'm assuming are like, you know, whatever freezing temperature is, but it's almost like a pancake, but they put these mixtures in it and then they kind of flatten it out and lay it like flat, and then they use these spatulas to scoop it up into rolls, and then they put it in a cup like you would ice cream, and then you can get like whipped cream on top. I think I put a little clip of it in my Get Ready With Me Wednesday last week for you guys to see what I'm talking about. I'm hoping to vlog this, or at least do a short or a TikTok that I can share on my YouTube so that you guys can see. But it's super freaking cool. And like, I don't know, when I came across it, it was just really relaxing to watch them make the ice cream. It sucks when there isn't any customers there, but the first couple nights, because I did watch it 2 nights in a row, but the first 2 nights that I watched it, they were like cracking off. They were so busy, and they've only been open, I think, since, I want to say they said the end of September is when they opened their shop. And I had never heard about this ever. Like, I would have never known about it if I hadn't have been, you know, scrolling on TikTok and happened to come across it. You know what I mean? But my sister seen me post something about it and she was like, let's go. And I was going to go like on my day off, like make a day trip of it. But she works Monday through Friday. She used to have the same days off that I do, but now she works Monday through Friday. So she's like, if you want to make it a day trip, you're going to have to, you know, do it on your own. But I want her to come with me. So I'm going to pick her up when she gets off work, and we're just going to leave from her job and go straight up there to go check them out. So it's going to be like a 2-hour drive up there. And then hopefully we can, you know, maybe there's something that we can do and hang out for a little bit while we're up there and get our ice cream. And then I'm going to use this brush to kind of blend this out a little bit, but hang out up there for a little bit. So we're probably going to head out. Hopefully she gets off at 4. So we'll get up there about 6:30. I'm going to pick up my friend Chrissa, and I think her husband might be going with us too. We're going to pick her up on the way. So we'll probably get up there more like 6:30. So we probably won't get home till about, I'm going to guess on the good side of it, we'll be home about 10 o'clock. Luckily for me, I don't have to work tomorrow, but my sister does. But she'll be okay. She doesn't really sleep that much anyway. Like, I'll get up and she's already been posting stuff on, what brush am I looking for? Where is it? There it is. She'll be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning already posting stuff, you know. So she has a hard time sleeping. All right, I'm going to go. Okay, so I used that green right there, and now I'm going to go into this green right here for the outer V. Speaking of TikTok, but anyways, I'm really excited to go get this freaking ice cream and share it with you guys because it's super cool. But speaking of TikTok, so I'm scrolling and I follow Ophelia and it's Mama Tot on TikTok. and she's got like over 1 million subscribers, and she does all kinds of things on her TikTok. She does like, you know, like she'll have lunch with you, and she's very uplifting. And she duetted this video, and it was this girl, and she was talking about why men cheat, and it kind of cut off. And then I watched Mom and Tot, you know, kind of talk about it a little bit, and I was like, oh, no. So I went over to this creator's TikTok and I watched her full video, and she was basically saying that if a man cheats, you have to ask yourself why they cheated, and basically saying that if you were giving them, you know, if you were taking care of your man properly, they wouldn't cheat, basically, you know what I mean? She's like, if you weren't nagging them and, you know, and you're cooking and cleaning and doing all of this stuff and making them feel like, making them feel like a man, like if you're not, I don't know, it was just weird. Like, if you emasculate a man or whatever, or you nag him all the time, or you don't give them physical, you know, like sex all the time, that it's your fault that they go cheat. And I was like, oh, no, little lady. No, that's new. So I duetted her video too, because I was like, hold the phones, princess. Hold the phones. Like, not exactly like that, but basically, you know, like, who are you to sit there and tell me that my ex-husband cheated on me because of something I did? Couldn't possibly be because of him, you know? Like, me and my ex-husband, we did have good times. We did have a good relationship a lot of the time. But when it was bad, it was bad. You know, it was like, it just depended on his mood, how his day was, if he got pissed off, you know what I mean? And when he had a bad day, everybody had a bad day, you know? And I tried, you know, like, I'm a full-time working mother, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm a stay-at-home mom. So, you know, I go to work and work 40 hours a week, and then on my weekends, I'm cleaning the house. And yes, he did cook. He cooked on most nights. And then on my days off, I would cook and clean and do laundry and do the grocery shopping. I paid the bills, you know, and I tried. I did my best. And I know that it is not my fault that my ex-husband cheated on me. It's his fault that he cheated on me. You know, a relationship is a two-way street, and he was not very good at communication. Like, there would be times that we could have really good conversations about stuff. And there were a couple times that, you know, we actually talked about, you know, cheating. And he was like, I would never do that. I can barely handle one woman, let alone two. But I honestly think that he was playing games with my head a lot of the times, you know, that he was just saying what I wanted to hear just to save face. You know what I mean? So that he could keep me believing, because honestly, after being separated from him for as long as I have been and seeing the things that I've seen, there's a lot of questions in my head about how many other times did he cheat on me that I didn't know about, you know, because it didn't get as serious with them as it did with this last chick, you know what I mean? And we did separate years ago when my son was, I think he was 3 when we separated the first time, because he was talking to another girl and he got caught. You know, like, I had a voicemail on my phone because I was working nights at the time. I had a voicemail on my phone from him, and I don't think he knew that his phone called my phone. So all I hear is him saying something to somebody like, where are you going? Like really flirty, like. And I had known that this girl that he had a crush on before he met me was in town staying at his sister's house. But either way, he ended up, you know, cheating with her, and he moved out, and we were separated for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. And then things went haywire with her, and he wanted to come back. And I told him I didn't want to take him back. At the time, I didn't want to, because I had gotten over the hurt, you know, and I was basically ready to, you know, move on. And he was he bullied his way back into the house. And I told him that we couldn't get back together without going to counseling and stuff like that. And so he agreed to go to counseling, and we went to one counseling session. And he didn't like what the counselor had to say, because the counselor basically agreed with me that we couldn't just go back to the way things were. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way because of what you did. But, you know, things after that started to go like we're really good, you know, for a while. At least I thought. And there's a lot of stuff that went on. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess with this. Over the years, you know, with drug use and just a lot of things. And, you know, I put up with a lot. And it really, what was that I used? It's the IPKN Seoul, New York Moist and Firm BB Broad Spectrum SPF 45. It's just a BB cream, and that's all I'm doing today is the BB cream. So I don't know, seeing that video, it awakened something in me when I heard the way that she was talking. It pissed me off is what it did. It pissed me off, because I was like, obviously you have never, because she looks kind of young. I mean, probably mid-20s maybe. She just hasn't been through anything, you know, where she was in a relationship and did everything that she could to make that person happy, and then have them, you know, mess around on them. It really pissed me off. Like, you cannot sit there. You don't know what everybody's situation is, you know. And for me, there's no excuse for cheating. Not even a little bit. Like, she's like, she said something to the effect like they just don't want to get divorced, but they're not getting the attention that they want at home or whatever, and so they're going to go get it somewhere else. Well, my ex-husband didn't want to get divorced, which is why he did what he did and tried to hide it from me instead of just being honest, because he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Because financially, we were doing good, you know what I mean? And he didn't want to, I don't think he wanted to lose the financial stability he had with me. And when he cheated the first time, it was kind of like I was a backup plan. Like, he wanted to keep me close enough so that if things didn't work out with that person, he could come back to me. And I think that's kind of like what he was doing with this girl, is like, he was like seeing her behind my back, you know, and just kind of seeing how things were going to go with her. But honestly, I don't think if I would have found out the way that I found out, which was a complete accident that I even found out he was cheating on me, that he would have continued doing that as long as he was getting away with it, because he had the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like you have to, if you're feeling a certain kind of way, you need to talk to your partner about it, and you need to go to counseling, and you need to work it out between each other. You don't just cheat instead of trying to fix it in your home. That's just a bunch of bullshit as far as I'm concerned. You know, and for her to go on this video and make it seem like, you know, she was like, not that I'm saying it's okay for guys to cheat or whatever, but you need to look at why they're... What? Hold up. Like, you're lucky you're not in front of me, because I would let you have it big time. It really pissed me off, because I know I didn't do anything wrong. Was I perfect? No, but none of us are. We all make mistakes. But I would try to talk to him about things. And, you know, maybe if he would have been a different type of person and given me, because everybody's got different love languages, you know what I'm saying? And so if somebody wants you to talk to their love language, they have to talk to yours. It can't be a one-way street. You know what I mean? And for me, that's how I'm using my number 7 concealer. Sorry, I'm not telling you what I'm doing. But for me, it's like a two-way street. Like, I can't do all the work myself. And for a long time, I felt like I was doing all the work myself. And you get tired and worn out, you know, like you're exhausted because you're doing everything. And then half the time, everything that I did wasn't good enough. You know, if I made a new dinner and it didn't come out perfectly, you know, he would bitch and complain about like, what is this? Or blah, blah, blah. And it's like cryo rolls. I just got a notification that they just went live on TikTok. That's funny. But I don't know. It's just, I think that we could have had a lot better relationship if he wasn't so one-sided and selfish, you know, and he wanted everything his way. You know, we would go on vacation, like when we would talk about how we went on vacations and stuff, and I would want to do something and he would want to do something else. And so I would always do what he wanted to do because I wanted to make him happy. And I thought making him happy was making me happy. At least that's what I felt like. But that's not the case. He's like, you wanted to do those things too. No, not always. Like, there was a couple vacations that we went on that we couldn't really, we shouldn't have gone on those vacations. Let's just put it that way. But I made it happen because I didn't want to tell him no. I'm going to use a little bit of my e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. That girl really woke something up in me when I saw that video. And should I have watched it? Probably not. I should have just kept out of it. But I just can't, because have you been in that situation? You can't speak on something if you haven't been in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how my relationship was. So you can't sit there and say that all men cheat because of the way that their wives or girlfriends, for things that their wives or girlfriends don't do for them, or whatever the case may be. That's just a load of crap as far as I'm concerned. There's no reason for it. If you're not happy and you don't want to be with somebody, then you end it. You're honest and open. And while it might hurt for a little bit, at least if my ex would have said it to me, at least I would have a little bit of respect for him for at least being honest. You know what I mean? I still would have been hurt and brokenhearted, but at least he wouldn't have lied, you know, and his lies continue. Like, he's always, even after we separated, he played so many mind games with me after that, borrowing money and all kinds of shit, you know. Not my fault he cheated. Not my fault at all. All right, I'm going to go into my Viseart bronzer. I'm going to have to pull out a different bronzer and start using a different one, because this one's getting really worn out. I really need to declutter some stuff. But anyways, yeah. I don't know. I was just really irritated about that. It really pissed me off. People like that really irritate me, because it's like there's people out there that think that they know everything and that they can tell you do this or do that or whatever. But everybody's different. Everybody handles things differently. You know, like a lot of people talk about, you know, letting go and letting bygones be bygones and turn the other cheek and forgive this and forgive that. And I understand, you know, I've forgiven a lot of things. Like, I forgave the girl that my ex-husband cheated on with me the first time, and we actually are friends on Facebook, you know what I mean? But she came to me woman to woman and apologized and said that she was really sorry, because she ended up getting married and had a couple kids. And you know, she messaged me one time and she says, you know, I'm really sorry, because now I understand, because she's married and has kids. And she's like, I don't know what I would do, you know, if something like that happened to her. You know what I mean? So, like, she kind of grew up, because when her and my ex were together, I think she was only, I don't know, 23, 24 years old. She was pretty young, you know, so she grew up, you know, she matured and she apologized, and I can respect that. You know, if this chick that my ex cheated on with this time, if she messaged me and apologized like a woman, I will give you my forgiveness, you know, as long as you're being legit with me and you really are sorry for what you did. Like, I can forgive you, but I cannot forgive somebody who I'm using my NARS Deep Throat blush. I cannot forgive somebody who can't come to you like an adult and apologize and take responsibility and ownership for the things that they did and put you through, you know? Like my ex and his, well, supposedly I heard they're not together anymore, that they just broke up, but whatever, who cares? But if she came to me and apologized and truly meant it, you know, I will give you my forgiveness. Do I lose sleep over it? Do I let her take up space in my head? No. I live my life. I do my channel. I take care of my son. I hang out with my sister. I live my life. I'm not sitting here pouting on the couch like, oh, woe is me, you know? But I'm not going to forgive somebody forgiveness when they're not sorry. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lose sleep over it, and I'm going to not let it, you know, occupy my brain or make my life miserable. I live my life. I went to Vegas. I've gone to Wyoming. I've done a lot of stuff. Believe me, he is not having any control over me being happy in my life at all. At all. But to give him forgiveness, he would actually have to be a changed person. For her to get forgiveness, she would have to step up like a woman and apologize and say, I'm sorry, what I did was wrong. You know, I should have never done that, you know. And if you're not going to do that and own up to the shit that you did, then walk your path. Walk your path. Just stay out of my way. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to continue. I'm just not going to be around people like that. You know, I let my ex for 3 years take advantage of me after everything that he put me through. And for him to lie and treat me the way that he did, I'm good. I'm done. I'm not giving you any more, you know, help. I tried to be a good person, and it got me taken advantage of. And for him, you know, I'm the type of person that I will do anything for you. But once you start taking advantage of my kindness, I'm done. You know what I mean? I can only do so much. I'm only one person. And I'm a single mother, you know what I mean? And my ex-husband, who cheats on me, was calling me to borrow money for this and that. Oh, I need gas money. You know, even the first year that I was technically single and could file single as a single mom, I got a decent refund. So I gave him a little bit of money. Like, all in all, I want to say probably over the 3 years that we were separated, I probably gave him well over $2,000. $20 here for gas, $20 there for gas. You know, I helped him out a lot. And he gave me no respect. And the only time he was ever really nice to me was to keep me at a spot to where he would be able to call me up and ask me to borrow money and have me give it to him. You know what I mean? Like playing that game. Like he didn't really care about me or anything. And like, I want to say for the first year, he hardly ever came over and saw his son because he was too busy, you know, in the honeymoon phase of his new relationship with this girl. And even after he moved out, he still continued to deny that he was with her. All the proof that I had of stuff going on with them, he would still deny it. Like, I have the proof right in front of me. Like, if that's not a narcissistic person who's selfish, I don't know what is. You know, I have proof right in front of me, and you're telling me, oh, it's not what it looks like. Well, okay, I don't try and make me look like I'm the bad guy or I'm the idiot, you know? It just, I don't know, it just awoken something in me that really pissed me off. And no, I mean, to a certain extent, yes, I am angry because I don't understand how people can treat people like that have a good heart. You know, why do people take advantage of good people like that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess because I'm not that kind of a person. I can't take advantage of people, you know? It's just not in me to, you know, it's just not in me. It's not the type of person that I am. If I can help you, I will. If I can't, I can't. And if I say no and somebody gets mad at me, it's like, okay, well then that just killed it for you. I ain't never going to do shit for you. If you call me to borrow money and I say I can't do it and you get mad about it, well, then I'm never going to let you borrow money because that's not how it is. I wouldn't have said no if I had it to give. I obviously said no because I don't have it to give. I'm a single mother trying to do this all on my own. My ex never gave me any child support. Like I said, he borrowed money from me. He called me for help. So, I don't know. I just find it really irritating that people sit there and talk about stuff that it seems like they truly know nothing about. You're not in these people's houses. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So how can you sit there and say that, you know? All right, now what do I want to do? Let me curl my lashes real quick. All right, I got my lashes curled. Now I'm going to put on, look at this. I can't get it off, that liquid liner. Maybe I should try that liquid liner real quick. Look, I have no ill will towards my ex. I don't. I wish him no harm at all. I hope he finds his happiness and becomes a better person and finds the person that's meant to be with him, and he can be changed and be happy and come to me like a man and apologize and say he's sorry for all the things that he did and change his ways and be a better person. Until then, I got nothing for you, dude. I got nothing for you. No respect at all. All right, I just put a little line. I'm not going to wing it out because I'm just not, my eye shape just, I don't think works for wings. It just doesn't. So, that's what happens when you age. That doesn't look bad. Let me get the other eye done. That's not bad. Okalon, nice job. I think I did all right. I think this one might be a little thicker than this one. Oh, well, I can fix that up. I think I'm going to let it dry a little bit. I'm going to put my Laura Geller Fortifying Lash Primer on. All right, we got the mascara on. So I'm going to use my KVD Little Mini Baby KVD Cake Pencil and do Tight Line. Man, this eye look is really pretty. I think I need to blend this out a little bit. All right, now let's get into the face palette. I'm gonna let this dry down. I'm gonna curl my lashes again and add a little bit more mascara. These covers are a pain in the tuchus to get off. All right, what should I use in here? Maybe I'll use a little bit of this pink. I'm gonna use my blush brush in this like pinky shade right here. And I'm just gonna kind of tap it on that blush. How's that look? It's pretty. I think it's pretty. All right, now let's use this brush right here, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, and we'll put that on the inner corner, and I might use a little bit on the brow bone as well. I didn't even tell you guys, I did my brows while I was on the phone with the eye doctor. I used my Goof Proof brow pencil from Benefit, and I also used this is brow down gel that I got in the Ice Cream Beauty box. I used this and this to do my brows, and I think they don't look too terrible. They're all right. They're all right. All right, so we used the face palette. I think we're pretty much almost, oh, wait a minute. My brow bone. Gosh, I'm a mess. See, that's what happens when I talk about things that irritate me. I lose my, you know, I lose my wits about me. Because it just frustrates me when people don't try to understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get it. I do. But you weren't there, so you can't speak on what is best for me in my mental health. You know what I mean? Like, what might work for some isn't going to work for everybody, you know? And I can forgive a lot of things. I really can. But there's some things that I just can't. I can't. Because people continue to take advantage. And I know people say, well, you give them forgiveness and you walk away and you just don't let them do it again. Nope. I cannot give forgiveness to people who do things on purpose like that. That genuinely just do it because they're going to do whatever they want, and they don't really think about the consequences to their actions because they have no remorse at all. My ex-husband is not sorry that he cheated on me. Not one little bit. He's sorry he got caught. And he was mad at me because he got caught doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't even upset that he cheated on me. I'm sorry I cheated on you. I didn't mean it. It was a moment of weakness, you know. Nothing at all. Not one little bit was he sorry at all for what he did to me, at all. And the only time he ever acted like he had any little bit of remorse, the next day he'd be calling me for 20 bucks for gas money. People like that just irritate the shit out of me. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. It just, you know, I saw this last night and it's just been weighing heavy on my mind, you know. Why I let this girl get to me is because, like, I've been there. I know what it's like. And I know there's other women out there that are going to see that video and they're going to feel like they did something wrong, that it's their fault that they got cheated on. And it's not fair to let women out there think that it was something that they did. Sometimes it can be on both sides. You know what I mean? Like, you know, neither side is trying. You know what I mean? Neither side is making the effort to fix what's broken. And for me, I was the only one really trying to fix what was broken. And like, he didn't really like to, I don't know how to explain it. He didn't really like to have serious conversations about things very often at all. Like, very rarely. I'm going to use this say, even though I hate the brush on this thing, but I want to use it. He just didn't really like seem to feel comfortable having the serious conversations. And honestly, I feel like the reason he didn't feel comfortable having those serious conversations is because in the end, he was doing stuff behind my back that he shouldn't have been doing. And he was uncomfortable with, like, I guess he would want to continue to be in denial and just avoid the situation so that he didn't have to, you know, accept what he was doing, you know, just pretend like it isn't happening. And that way you don't have to feel guilty about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, as long as he was happy, then everybody else could be happy. But if he wasn't happy, then nobody else could be happy either. And that's just the type of person he was. Very rarely will we ever be able to sit down and have, like, a serious conversation about feelings and life and whatever the situation was. You know, and I think he did a lot of things just to save face, to keep me drawn in enough that he could get what he wanted. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to use this Jeffree Star Cosmetics Money Counter. I think this green will look really good in my waterline. Now I'm going to use my Act Natural Color Pop for the lower lashes. Maybe there will come a day where I will give him the forgiveness. But today is not that day, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not losing any sleep over it. I'm really not. I just want you out there to know that if you're struggling with something like that, don't let anybody tell you it's your fault. It's not. And if it is on both sides, then talk to each other about it. Try to talk to your partner about what you're feeling and where the relationship is. And if you need to seek couples counseling, then do that. If you need to find somebody to watch the kids so that you guys can get away for a weekend to just concentrate on each other, then do that. If you really love the person that you're with, you will do things for them and for each other and for your relationship, even if it makes you uncomfortable. My ex didn't want nothing to do with counseling because it made him uncomfortable, because he didn't want to have to face the truth in the reality. And the fact of the matter is, then he obviously did not love me. And he was just with me for the comfort of the relationship. He wasn't with me because he truly loved me. Because if he truly loved me, he would have done those uncomfortable things to bring us closer together and help us to have a stronger relationship. And he would deal with the things that were affecting him from his past or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't and your relationship is done, it is not your fault. You did nothing wrong. If you tried and it didn't work, it just didn't work. Your happily ever after is out there. Your better match is out there. Your happy relationship is out there. It just wasn't with that person. And it's sad, you know, that you thought it was, you know, it's sad that I thought he was my forever and he wasn't. But I honestly feel like I'm going to use this appeal mood that I got in an ice cream beauty box. I do feel like my person's out there somewhere. You know what I mean? And we'll come across each other when the time is right. Sometimes it's hard for me being alone, you know, because I want to find somebody to share life with and travel with and, you know, have that physical connection with, an emotional connection with. It's just sad that my ex couldn't, I don't know, be the person I needed him to be. Because I tried being the person that he needed me to be, but it wasn't a two-way street. And a relationship can't survive like that. You know what I mean? I thought it could. But for a long time, I was in denial, you know? I thought he really loved me. And when he would get mad, I always thought it was my fault, and it wasn't. I didn't make him have his bad day. I'm not the one that did whatever it was that pissed him off. But then anything after what pissed him off, anything that I did was wrong, you know, and made him even more angry. You can't survive in a relationship like that. You just can't. It doesn't work. And it kills you inside. And for a long time, I didn't realize that. And now I do. I realize that I gave up a lot of myself to try and make somebody else happy who was never going to be happy ever, you know? So just don't blame yourself. It's not your fault if somebody cheats on you. It's their insecurities and their problems. It's not yours. You did everything that you could. And I just want to make sure that people understand that, you know? I don't want people like this chick on TikTok out there making videos, making women feeling bad about themselves, like they got to do more. They've got to kill themselves to make their partner happy. Well, where's their 50%? You know what I mean? Like, they're just as much a part of the relationship as you are. Why do you got to do all the work? They should put in some work too. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this is my look for today, and it's going to be another long video, guys. I apologize. When I get to rambling, I get to rambling. I really need to color my hair again. The grays are coming out. I need to fix my hair and get ready because I got to leave in about 25 minutes. But I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me today and listening to me rant. And yeah, I love you guys all so much. I appreciate your love and support on my channel. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, I hope you'll go down below and hit the subscribe button and join Nene's Glam Squad. Join the family. We would love to have you here. Make sure you turn up that notification bell so you can get notified of any and all future uploads. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. It really helps out my channel, lets YouTube know that you enjoy seeing my content, and hopefully other people can find us too. And leave a comment, say hi, let me know that you stopped by. With that being said, I'm going to let you all go. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Take care, stay safe. Make sure you guys go check out Kat. I love you, Kat. Thanks for another week. And yeah, I hope I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.